three phones are nearly identical on paper. Same price tier, same battery class, same screen size. But across 10 real-world tests, from verified endurance runs to thermal throttling and resale value, the gaps between Samsung, Xiaomi, and Motorola are far wider than any spec sheet suggests. One brand scored 81 on the weighted scorecard, while another barely cleared 77. Here is how they ranked, starting with the category that separated them first. Number 1. Real-world battery life. Under matched test conditions, using the same regional carrier, identical SIM setups, locked screen brightness, and strictly controlled background apps, battery endurance becomes the first major separator. Samsung takes a measured lead with verified laboratory results, delivering 10 hours and 30 minutes of continuous video playback, 12 hours and 15 minutes of web browsing, and 21 hours and 45 minutes of voice calls. Xiaomi attempts to counter this with a slightly larger 5110 mAh cell, yet lacks standardized active use runtime metrics under these exact conditions. Meanwhile, Motorola relies on its standard 5000 mAh capacity, supported primarily by qualitative user reviews rather than precise, repeatable benchmark data. This first head-to-head comparison shows why raw milliamp-hour capacity on a spec sheet cannot guarantee superior all-day runtime. In second place, charging speed and thermal behavior deliver a hard reality check to paper specifications. While manufacturers advertise peak wattage, real-world convenience depends on stability and temperature control under sustained load. The Samsung Galaxy A36 provides the only verified full charge cycle in lab testing, completing a 0 to 100% charge in 58 minutes using its 45-watt adapter, with its internal temperature stabilizing safely around 45 degrees Celsius after 30 minutes of use. Motorola also advertises 45-watt charging for the Moto G75, but currently lacks standardized third-party timing. Meanwhile, Xiaomi's charging speeds shift significantly by region and variant, making real-world performance highly unpredictable and dependent on your location. Number 3 on our list, performance and sustained throttling test. Whether similar paper specifications deliver continuous responsiveness under heavy loads. Samsung and Motorola equip their devices with the Snapdragon 6 Generation 3, pushing synthetic benchmarks to 550,000 points in Antutu version 10. Meanwhile, Xiaomi relies on the Dimensity 7300 Ultra, which reaches 470,000 points. The real divergence appears during extended use. In a 10-minute GFX Bench Manhattan 3.1 graphics stress test, both Samsung and Motorola experience a minor frame rate drop of 5 to 7%. Xiaomi falls behind, dropping 12 to 15%. Samsung maintains the cleanest thermal management due to a 15% larger vapor chamber heat spreader, while Motorola depends on a standard copper heat pipe. Sustained processing power remains the true deciding metric. The fourth category, display quality and calibration, reveals how these panels perform in everyday environments. Samsung's Super AMOLED screen reaches 1233 nits on auto brightness, and it drops to a dim 1.8 nits for comfortable night reading. It also maintains excellent color accuracy with a measured delta E under 2. Xiaomi counters with a sharper 1220 by 2712 resolution OLED panel, delivering 10-bit color depth, HDR10 plus support, and a typical maximum of 1200 nits. Motorola relies on a 1000 nits LCD panel. Although bright, its contrast ratio of 1200 to 1 cannot match the ink, black levels of its OLED rivals. True display quality depends on what buyers actually see, making precise calibration just as important as raw peak brightness claims. Number 5. Camera image quality and computational processing proves that megapixels alone do not make a great camera. Xiaomi takes the lead in raw detail and low light performance by pairing a massive 200-megapixel Sony IMX800 sensor with aggressive multi-frame stacking and Night Mode 2.0. This intensive software processing keeps noise low in dark environments. Samsung counterbalances this with a highly consistent 50-megapixel Sony IMX8 sensor, relying on Scene Optimizer, AI HDR, and a dual physical and electronic stabilization stack to deliver smooth 4K video at 30 frames per second. Motorola falls behind in this category. Its 50-megapixel Sony LY-TIE 600 sensor relies on much lighter post-processing and lacks optical image stabilization, relying on electronic stabilization alone. Real-world daylight, detail, low-light cleanup, and stable video rendering confirm that computational pipelines matter far more than megapixels. The 6th category, software experience and update policies, determines how fresh these devices feel years after purchase. Samsung takes the lead in longevity, shipping Android 15 with One UI 7 and promising 6 major operating system upgrades alongside monthly security patches. Motorola offers a clean alternative, delivering Android 14 with its lightweight MyUX and minimal bloatware, backed by 5 operating system upgrades and 6 years of security patches. Meanwhile, Xiaomi falls behind with Android 14 and HyperOS. It offers only 3 major upgrades, suffers from slower international rollouts, and includes heavier bloatware with ad-supported software modules. Support lifespan and interface cleanliness make Samsung and Motorola the superior long-term investments. The 7th category, build quality and ergonomics, evaluates structural durability alongside daily physical handling. Xiaomi leads the premium feel with an aluminum alloy frame and IP68 protection, though its complex rear camera housing makes repairs difficult. Samsung offers a balanced, lighter option using a polycarbonate frame with IP67 resistance. Motorola leans into utility, wrapping its IP68 rated chassis in a sturdy polycarbonate body that is simple to service, though it lacks micro SD expansion. While Xiaomi looks the most premium, Samsung balances weight and protection, and Motorola delivers a highly utilitarian design built to survive long-term wear. The 8th category, connectivity and call quality, reveals how these devices maintain network stability and local wireless links. Motorola leads in raw coverage, offering the broadest sub-6 5G band support in this group, making it highly reliable for international travelers. Xiaomi prioritizes local standards, featuring Wi-Fi 6E and Bluetooth 5.3, though its global 5G band support is slightly narrower. Samsung secures the middle ground, balancing Wi-Fi 6 and Bluetooth 5.2 with a versatile global 5G footprint. These differences determine whether your phone drops calls or maintains strong wireless audio connections. The 9th category, after-sales support, warranty, and resale value, reveals the true long-term cost of ownership. Samsung leads with a 2-year limited warranty, extensive local service centers, a swift 5 to 7 business day repair turnaround, and an impressive 81% first-year resale retention. Motorola offers competitive support with 2-year coverage in the US and Europe, though this drops to 1 year in India, averaging a 7 to 10 day repair window and 73% resale value. Xiaomi lags behind, providing a basic 1-year warranty, sparser physical service networks in Western markets, repair waits reaching 14 days, and a lower 69% resale retention. These service timelines and depreciation rates make Samsung the safest investment for protecting your money over time. The 10th category, price to value and availability, determines which device offers the most balanced return on investment. In the United States, Samsung and Motorola lock heads at $259, while Xiaomi demands $379. This divide narrows slightly in Europe, with Samsung and Motorola retailing near €280 and Xiaomi sitting at €300. In India, Samsung costs roughly 23,700 rupees and Motorola matches it closely at 24,000 rupees, leaving Xiaomi far higher at 38,999 rupees. Applying these retail figures to a weighted scorecard, which prioritizes battery, charging, and camera performance, results in a clear hierarchy. Samsung secures the top position with a score of 81.2, followed by Xiaomi at 78.3 and Motorola at 77.4. For the majority of buyers, Samsung delivers the strongest overall package despite charger policy variations in some markets. Xiaomi remains the preferred alternative for those seeking ultra-fast charging and high-resolution imaging, while Motorola serves travelers who need a clean interface and broad network support. Across all 9 comparisons, one truth emerges: Day 1 specs fade, but long-term support endures. The smartest buy is not the fastest charging device, but the one that retains resale value and security years down the road. Which brand do you trust most? Let us know in the comments below.